Great to have Beaufort County State Senator Tom Davis joining us in kind of a little bit of a slack time in the summer. That's like when he catches up on his real work before going back to the state legislature in the winter. Senator, welcome in. I guess the first question, you actually brought it up, and I'm all with it. Where's my bridge between Hilton Head and Bluffton? How are we doing on that?
Right, we're doing well. All the financing is in place for it. We have $120 million from the State Infrastructure Bank that has been lined up. The DOT has agreed to contribute the balance on top of the amount of money that Beaufort County is putting in. So all the financing is in place. The final details in regard to the bridge design and functionality should be in hand later this fall. So I suspect we'll probably get a final set of plans or drawings sometime before the end of the year. And then we'll move on to the bidding stage. And so moving the process forward. So it is on track. I realize that the approval process has been a little bit elongated, but that's been required because a lot of people on Hilton Head have wanted to be heard. And it's important that this work product be reflective of what the people of Hilton Head want, not necessarily just simply something the SCDOT engineers have drafted up in Columbia. So I think we're getting there. I realize that it's going to be time at some point to break some eggs and make an omelet, but I think we're getting to that point.
Speaking of the folks on Hilton Head and actually throughout Beaufort County, there's been a pretty good movement, and part of this was legislative. Part of this was something you guys had to do to help the town and the county work on being able to buy property back and also deal with workforce housing. Let's talk about that for a moment.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things you have to realize about Beaufort County is that the local municipalities and the county itself has already approved land development that if it all comes to fruition, we're going to more than double the number of rooftops in southern Beaufort County. And that will quite literally, ruin the thing that makes southern Beaufort County a special place. And so what the voters of Beaufort County agreed to do about a year or so ago is impose a 1 penny sales tax for a period of 2 years. And after 2 years, it goes away. But that 1 penny sales tax over 2 years will raise $100 million. And that $100 million will be utilized to purchase open space, green space, conservation land, things to prevent the overdevelopment that we see happening every day. And so that is going to be paid for by tourists, 40% by tourists, the rest by the people of Beaufort County. It is exempted, not apply to groceries or medicine, doesn't apply to taxes like that. But I do think it's important if we want to maintain our quality of life here in Beaufort County, we simply can't allow it to be overdeveloped and to have the thing that brought many of us here ruined.
Right. You also in the legislature had to kind of pass judgment on this and allow people like the town of Hilton Head to access ATAX money for workforce housing. That's been a bit of a shift from just spending it on tourism. Going by the same kind of theory that we got to limit the number of rooftops?
Right. I mean, the accommodations tax that is levied against individuals who use our hotels and stay in lodging here, that money is typically used for, by statute, only for tourism promotion purposes. You can only use it for tourism advertising, tourism marketing. The legislation that was passed last session allows 15% of those ATAX revenues to be utilized by local government to assist with workforce housing efforts. Now, it doesn't require that they use the money for that purpose. It does give them the latitude. So that is something I believe the town of Hilton Head and the town of Bluffton and Beaufort County and other municipalities in my district are going to be considering. But again, it gives flexibility to local government on how to spend those ATAX dollars and doesn't simply lock them into simply advertising or marketing for more tourism.
All right, great to take a look back. Hopefully next month we'll start to take a look ahead at what the next legislature can accomplish. Thanks so much for joining us, State Senator Tom Davis. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
And that's a wrap for this edition of the WHHI Daily News. I'm Robyn Zimmerman. Thank you all so much for watching, and I want to thank the team behind the scenes for making this newscast possible. And if you missed any part of our news, well, we'll be back every 90 minutes. Stay safe and healthy, everyone. Bye-bye.